y'all should go watch the new Superman movie. That is the conclusion that I am going to come to at the end of this video, is that it's a good movie, just period, and you should go watch it, especially if you like Superman. Like, if you like this is a good Superman movie. The people who made this movie actually do understand Superman and the surrounding characters and how he and his stories are supposed to operate. Like, in a way that we have not seen in mainstream movies in a very long time. And it really genuinely feels like a comic book universe come to life that they don't waste time in explaining everything about. And they're like, you know what's going on, we're gonna jump in, we'll name characters and exposit when we have to. But for the most part, you know what the hell is going on. We're just going to go with the story, and we're going to focus on the characters, which is what you should be doing in a superhero story. Is focusing on the fucking characters. And they do that in this movie. And that's what makes this movie really good, that no matter, like, what kind of, like, Frankenstein-y Stitch stuff they did, because they do pull stuff from multiple elements and pieces of Superman lore in general. Not everything, obviously, otherwise we'd be seeing a lot wilder stuff, but they do that to kind of make their own composite baseline mainstream Superman, and they do it well because they just have those fundamentals mastered, and it makes everything else fall in line. Those fundamentals being things like Superman always doing the right thing regardless of what anyone says or does. There's also the fact that everybody looks like a normal person in this. At no point do I feel like they are dipped in the magic lotion from BlackRock. Like, all these people look like normal people for the most part. You know, obviously they're wearing makeup and shit because duh, but they look human. And Krypto cracks me up, and sorry, it just popped into my head. Oh my god, Krypto is a bundle of chaos and fur. And as someone who has lived with dogs that are absolute chaos and fur, that were mid to big in terms of size, oh my god, I feel Superman's pain, absolutely. It is utter chaos. And Krypto cracked me up, and the way that he, like, enters into the movie, honestly, one of the best, like, one of the most satisfying scenes I've seen in a while. I don't know what it is about him running with the big poofy trail behind him, but seeing that just is so satisfying of a shot, and such a classic comic book style kind of shot that I just fucking love it. Like, every second Krypto's on screen, that dude is absolute platinum good. Like, he is such a good boy, except for the parts where he destroys stuff and attacks people. And now that I mention it, there's really good cinematography in general in this movie. Like, I always know what's going on screen, and I'm never bored or disengaged in what's happening. In moments that I clicked that something was going to happen, I was like, oh, I got excited. And moments that caught me by surprise were just so amazing. I just loved it so much. They were so fucking hilarious every time. It was always something funny that took me by surprise. It was peak. There was one thing that took me by surprise that wasn't necessarily funny, but was actually really good writing that I'm actually not going to spoil for you. I want to know if you guys see it, if you know what I'm talking about, and come back and say in the comments if you see the scene I'm talking about. But then there's Lex Luthor. Oh my god, they nailed his character. The petty, violent, intelligent egomaniac is just like the kind of guy that you would expect to both steal 42 pies and then kill Superman's favorite grocery store clerk with a freaking revolver. Like, oh my god, he is just absolutely evil. And not only that, but he's intelligent enough to know why he's evil and to just say it out loud. And that was actually the second thing in this movie that took me by surprise, that kind of blew my mind a little bit, that wasn't necessarily funny. And it was really cool. I really enjoyed Lex Luthor and Clark and Lois, which are usually my three favorite characters in a Superman movie, and usually there's not that, like, a whole bunch to freaking pick from between, like, you know, it's usually just Superman, Lois, and then Bad Guy of the Week, and there's actually a lot of characters that I really like, and that I'm not going to get fully into, because that would take forever, but I will get into one more character before I pull in for my finale. I'm saying finale like this is the big thing. But I will talk about Jimmy Olsen. Holy fuck, that dude has been fucking a lot of women. Holy shit. He is just slamming. Like, he has women giggling about him at work while he's there, and their boss is there, and their other coworkers, like, are around. You know what I mean? Like, just, like, in broad daylight, just giggling and gossiping about him in the open. He has women, like, hounding him down on texts. He has Lex Luthor's girlfriend hounding him down, trying to start a life together with him. Holy shit, dude. Like, what? Like, I've never seen Jimmy Olsen adapted this way, but the way they put it in here, it low-key just kind of makes sense. Like, he just kind of does his own thing, and he has his own life outside of work, and that's how they chose to explore it, and I'm just like, okay, that's just Jimmy. That's just Jimmy. Jimmy Poles. Oh my god. I love this movie so much. Even the things that they retread is really good. The things that they innovate is just either really funny or just flat out interesting. And the way they mesh together different parts of Superman lore to incorporate into this universe, it honestly almost reminds me of the original Crisis, and in a good way. They mesh stuff together really well into one universe, and I'm interested into how they adapt the world's finest. Yeah. Alright, that's it. You guys can go now. I'm gonna carry some chicken. And I forgot about the superhero team that was in this movie. Yeah, so also a major part of just like the subtle world building of this movie to have just an established superhero team, have multiple established teams, technically, if you can say, yeah, I'll count it. You'll see in the movie. But like they have Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific, all of which are actually really good in this movie. Guy Gardner's an asshole, but he's like still a superhero and a space cop, so he behaves as such. So he's supposed, he's a superhero, but he's just very crass and like kind of like he does not want to fuck with the federal government because duh, he's a space cop. Of course he doesn't want to fuck with the local government. And then there's Hawk Girl, who's just kind of Hawk Girl, she likes to hit shit and yell, and she's just kind of a no-nonsense person in general. And she's just there, she's chilling, which is normally what Hawk Girl does. She's kind of at her best, where she's just chilling and being one of the squad. At least in my experience, I don't know. Well, that's not necessarily true, but to be fair, it's just, she's doing her in this, and it's not bad. They could have done more, but it's okay. Mr. Terrific was hilarious. I love Mr. Terrific. They underdid Mr. Terrific in the DCAU, and they made up for it in the DCU so far, because he's so much fun, and he had so much flair and character to him that I haven't seen before, and I'm really loving it. I think they did him in the CW too, but I don't remember if I was super, well, I guess the fact that I don't remember much other than he had like relationship problems is probably should say how they compare. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is a better adaptation of Mr. Terrific than I've seen. Yeah, those trio, they were really funny just as a trio. And then when Metamorpho got added to the bunch, it was, the way he was added to their group was really funny. And the fact that he has, spoiler alert, he has a kid in this movie, like already has a kid. Like he doesn't have the kid in this movie, he just has a kid that's in this movie. Holy shit, was not expecting that. Also, they changed his lore up a little bit, it looks like. Either that or they're just living differently because of a specific situation, because there's just some things didn't line up with what I know about Metamorpho, but it could just be the specific adaptations that I have been accustomed to, because I'm not a super big Metamorpho fan. Am I missing anybody else? No? I'm gonna go back to making dinner. Y'all have a good one. I definitely didn't forget about Superman's parents. No, siree, I did not forget at all. Nope, absolutely not. Okay, I totally did. But it's just kind of plays into the fact that they are legitimately just the most parents I've ever seen on screen. Like, these are the most believable set of Kent parents that I've ever seen on a screen ever, honestly. Pretty much since the Superman animated series, I have not seen a better mom and pop Kent. Off the top of my head. I could be wrong, because, you know, there's plenty of stuff. But off the top of my head, that's pretty high up there, you know? Yeah, okay, so now I know okay. Please, God, if I have forgotten anything else, please let it stay forgotten. I can't keep doing this. I need to go eat. Alright, you guys have a good one.